Hey guys, it's your girl DJ Sims and welcome to my Chat and Vibes podcast. Today I'm alongside DJ Limelight and we have a very, very special guest with us today. Very excited about this one. We've got a boxer who is from Iran. He goes by the name of Rosa Ali.
Hello, thank you.
Good to have you up in here, man.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here today.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. How are you, my man?
Yeah, very well. And you know what? I'm actually very excited to speak to you today. I think Sims can agree that, you know, we're all about unique stories, you know, people that are influencing the world, people that are doing great stuff, but also unique stories within that. And you know, when we both sat down and did a bit of research on you to get to know more about your history and your story, we feel like it's a real organic situation. You've been through a lot of personal situations that have shaped you into becoming something that's going to become quite great real soon. That's how we feel.
That's how I feel too, bro. You know, I wake up like that every day. Feel like I believe like it's just my destiny to be here, to achieve big thing and be a good influence for people around me, and maybe I can inspire some people, save some lives and for better, you know.
So for a lot of people, obviously, that are watching, you know, you're a boxer, but how did you, like, what actually made you want to get into boxing? Obviously, you're from Iran. So, you know, what was that moment where you were like, I want to do boxing and I want to do this, like, properly?
I really don't know. A lot of people ask me that question. I don't know. I just, like, I don't know, like, where I come from, my background, I came from a ghetto in Tehran. You have to fight there, you know. It's like there's no other option. You gotta fight there. You gotta be savage there. Only strong survive, you know. Otherwise, you get bullied, you get stabbed, like stuff like that. And I'm not, you know, I'm not a big guy, you know. So somehow I was just very active kid, you know. I was everywhere. I couldn't. My mom couldn't stop me. I was like, like on the street making trouble, or like I got so much energy when I was a kid. So my mom put me in different sports. I remember when I was like age of 7 to age of 12, I was going to swimming classes, and then I was going to skateboarding, and I was going to basketball, and then going to kickboxing. And I remember I was competing at all of them. And my coaches, they came to me and say, listen, you got to choose one sport now. I was 12, and I was like, I don't want to do anything else except fighting. You know, I'm a fighter. I end up being in kickboxing gym, went a lot of tournament competition, and I just been in the gym my whole life. And then I was like, maybe like that's what I have to do. You know.
Yeah, that's interesting, because what I find interesting about what you just spoke about is the whole growing up in a ghetto in Tehran. Because I feel like, especially in Western world, like in India last year, a massive singer by the name of Sidhu Moosewala passed away. But he was shot like 28 times, broad daylight, right? He was in situations that are like huge, right? He's a huge artist at this point. But the ignorance in the Western world was like, raw, people in India have guns, or like there's ghettos in India. Do you find that ignorance is there when it comes to Iran and growing up in Iran, coming to the Western world now? People find it hard to believe there's even a ghetto in Tehran, maybe. I don't know.
I tell you this, if my boy from my ghetto come here, nobody here survive, you know. They just bunch of reckless motherfucker that you make eye contact, they stab you in your heart. I witnessed that, you know. It's not like I'm just saying I was there. Someone just look at the other person eye, you got a problem, stab you in your heart. Yeah, what you want to do about it? It's like this. Yeah. You know, they don't care. I'm ashamed to tell you this though, but it's facts. They don't care you boy or girl. They rape you, bro. Like it's like this. That's the place I think.
Scary, man.
It is scary, bro. You need to be in my life to understand me. You need to spend time with me to understand me. I don't know how myself survived. doesn't make no sense.
What would you say was the thing that made you survive that world then?
It was just some kind of energy I had inside me, you know. I don't know, it was just the energy. Like, I'll go to you and let's say you're just a trouble guy, you know, you're Batman. I don't know, they would like me, or like if I had a problem with somebody else, like I would face them, like maybe they would respect that I'm still, you know, that I don't back off. And I just had a lot of friends. Obviously, I was a kickboxing champion since a kid, you know, and people know that they gotta respect me. And I'm a champion. I do something good in my life. Everybody was my friend, you know. Even if someone had some problem with me, we could sort it out and be friends. Obviously, I had my things, doing my thing, but like at the end, I don't know, somehow I would always survive. I've never been stabbed, man. All my friends been stabbed, all of them. I'm the only one never been stabbed, and it's not like I'll go at the back. My people know me. I'm right in front. I don't know. It's just the energy. I'm surprised. I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you say that like being into obviously sport and boxing has actually helped change your life?
Boxing saved my life. It didn't change my life. Boxing made me a better man. A sport, being inside that ring made me so humble, because I was very arrogant kid. Think like who the fuck I am, you know, like I was bad, like not respecting anyone. But being that ring made me really humble, taught me the way of living, and it made me a better man. And whatever I have today, the character, the personality, and what any other thing I have in my life is because of boxing. I could end up in a really bad places in my life, and every day I wake up, I'm like, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Like, I go to gym, I do what I love, and to do what you love, it's a blessing, it's a privilege, and I'm really blessed to be able to wake up every day. Like the day today and like every other day, the way I live is my dream. I used to picture them when I was a teenage. Like one day I ran away. I used to say, one day I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna go somewhere nobody wanna do anything with me, and I'm free. And I'm free like the wind, and I do whatever I want. And I'm living that life.
And you're 7-0 up right now. You know, you've won 7 fights, you haven't lost any. I mean, let's talk about the professional side of the game then. Let's talk about the routines leading up to a fight. How do fights get arranged? Like, what's the process behind a boxing fight for someone like you that's on the come up?
Extremely complicated.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking the question.
It's a very hard business to be at, because you gotta understand that I only started boxing since 2016, almost 2017, because I came here as an asylum seeker when I was 18, 2016, July. The first thing I did, I went to find a boxing gym, and my friend called me from America. He's an Iranian guy. Like, you should go do boxing, give up kickboxing, go do boxing. And I'm like, how does it work? So explain me. But obviously the goal is to be a pro boxer. I didn't know it's like this. To be a pro boxer is so complicated. If you don't have amateur background like me, you got to sell ticket. How am I going to sell ticket if nobody knows me here? And if I have no amateur background, how can I get signed, you know? How can I get signed with a promoter? Like, it's difficult. It's like so many people in here, they do boxing. I love English people, Irish people, you know. They do boxing since age of like 5, 6, 7. I started boxing since I'm like 19, you know, 18.
You're saying you still knock them out, innit? after
doesn't matter, right?
They've been training 25 years and they get knocked out.
They get knocked out
By Reza Ali one time.
Trust me, bro. I'm only here to make big noise, man. You know, I tell everyone in my division that I'll be problem for them. You know, and it's not because they're better than me, because I work really hard. But I breathe boxing, I think boxing, I wake up, do boxing, everything is around my boxing. Even when I do bad is around my boxing. Trust me. Like my life is only boxing, but it's a must. I gotta be a champion because a lot of people around me, they're counting on me.
So before obviously you prepare for a fight, it must get really intense. So obviously you train every single day, like you're doing that, but before a fight, like it must get very intense in terms of diet, discipline, fitness. So like what kind of goes on for you?
You just have to be like, you just have to be razor sharp, you know, like dedicate your life to it. Obviously, like I got my routine, I got my diet, and I don't cheat the grind. Maybe like that's the main part that I can be proud of, that I don't really cheat when I'm on it, you know. The thing is, like, it's just like you have to spend so much time at the gym and work on your craft, because it's like it's about you being focused and visualize where you're going and what you want, you know. Like when I'm like, today was the first day of my camp. I got 9 weeks till my camp, till my fight. I fight May 27th, and it's a big fight for me, and it's my first 8 rounders, and it's in a stadium football, you know, like 30,000 will be there. It's a big crowd, so obviously I want to go there and shine like a star. So I really dedicate. Like I wake up, I got my run, I got my diet, I got my sparring, and when I'm in the training camp, I really don't hang out with people. I don't go out. I don't see my friend much. So it's just like being determined, and then obviously you go and you do your best. May the best man win, and I'm always the best man, you know.
Now that confidence is essential in boxing. We see it all the time. But like, how much is your upbringing back in Iran, back in Tehran, obviously, growing up in the struggle? How much does that play in the back of your mind when you're training? Because I'm assuming you have a lot of, like you said, you got a lot of mouths to feed, so to speak. You got a lot of friends and family that you want to make sure are proud of you and kind of feeding that success of you becoming a champion, for example. So does that play a big part in the back of your mind when you are getting prepared for a fight?
I'd say like maybe 99%, yes. You know, because like you break under pressure, right? It's like training hard. I really train hard. Like I learned that from Mike Tyson. I study him, I watch him a lot, and I notice I do this like without even knowing it. When I go to gym, except from learning and my craft, my purpose when I go to the gym is to suffer. I go to take pain. And if I can take more pain, I'll be definitely a champion. And how can I take that much pain and take the suffer? It's just because of my background and the way how life was treating me when I was a kid, you know. When I'm tired, I can't punch no more. I just think about that. When I can't run no more, I just think about that. I think about my childhood. I think about those hard time I had. Or my family, that like everyone, like all my friends, they're waiting for me to be a champion, you know. I can't let them down. That's just not me.
How does your family and friends like feel about you fighting? Like especially like your mum back home, like how does she feel about you fighting?
She just talk about it with everyone, to be honest. Like, and not a lot of people. Some people start recognizing me in my country, and they contacting my mom. Oh, we saw Ali like in the TV and stuff like that.
Must be a proud moment.
Yeah. She's like really proud and happy, and all I wanted to do like when I was a kid, just to make my mom happy, you know. And she's happy, she's proud, and I'm really happy for her. And
Does
for
she watch the
myself.
fights?
Yeah, she watched the fight. Yeah, she's a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she watched the fights. She doesn't know about boxing and stuff, like, but she watched it like, oh, you beat him up. That was good. That was good. So I'm like, yes, mom, I always beat him up. But my grandma, she's a savage though. She's like, you go there and kick their ass. Yeah, my mom is a bit soft, but my granny, no, my granny is the one, you know.
I ain't gonna lie, I was expecting you to say, you know, my mum doesn't want to watch me fight. She's
Nah.
scared of seeing her son get bruises and that. But they sound like they're proper on.
No, I tell you this. My mom, when I was a kid, like I used to come home, like one day my jaw is broken, or I got cut, or like my hands broken, my feet's broken. My mom every day take me to hospital. She just got used to that. Like I remember one of her friends asked her, like, he always come home and he's cut, and I was like, no, it's okay, like he's fine. When he grow up, you can see it in him. Like the skin stretches, like my face was cut. No, the skin stretches. He grow a beard and stuff like that. No, let him be a savage, you know. Yeah, it was my. I have a very small family, you know. I got a mom and my granny. I lost my family in a car crash, and that's why I tell you, like my family, they just I must be a champion for my family. We have a small family and they just know like it is what it is. Like I do my job. Like I always been independent when I was a kid, you know. I do what I want at the end of the day and she respect that. And I love my mom for being there for me and accepting who I am. And what else could I ask?
Would you want your family to move to the UK?
I would love to. My biggest dream is to live with my mom. That's my biggest dream. I don't want a beautiful car. I don't want a beautiful house. I want just to live with my mom. You know, just take her for a walk every day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Do you find like any barriers in your career? Obviously being from Iran, do you find that that's a barrier for you in your career?
No, it's a blessing actually. I used to think like that because I wasn't mature.
Yeah.
Now I know I got 90 million population behind me. I'll be the first Iranian ever who will be world champion. That's big. You know, when you're the first one making it happen, everybody will remember you. I want to be that guy.
That's crazy to think that, to become the first, potentially the first champion in such a big sport, such a well-recognized sport from a country that has such a big population as well. I mean, Iran seems like there's a lot of unrest out there at the moment.
Yes.
How's that impacted you as not just a boxer, but also as someone that people are looking up to and looking at to see your next move? I mean, does it affect your boxing? Does it affect your relationships with people? Does it affect who you speak to, who you don't speak to? Because I don't know too much about what's going on in Iran. I'm aware that there's a lot of protests, there's a lot of arrests, there's a lot of this kind of stuff about women. We know vaguely. It's hard to educate ourselves when we don't know the realness of what's going on.
Because there's not enough coverage of those innocent people. That's what's making me really sad about it, you know. Remember, at the end of the day, your background, your color, your country doesn't matter. We're all human beings, you know. And like myself, with confidence, I say doesn't really matter who are you. As long as you're a nice person, I'm there for you, even if you're a stranger. Let alone that they are like your, you know, from your country, your people. And I dedicated my last fight to my Iranian people, for those who went for protests and they got executed. I dedicated my last fight to innocent kid, 10 years old, was shot by the police, you know. Mahsa Amini and others, they killed an innocent 22 years old girl because she wasn't wearing proper hijab. And you cannot take somebody's life for that, you know. That's not fair. And I tell you this, a lot of problem that I made in my life, it was because I stand for freedom, you know. People call it problem. I call it I stand for my right and for my freedom. I didn't go to school. I didn't finish school because of my freedom. They forced me to do things that I don't want to do, you know. And I fought a lot of people in my life because it's my right and I don't give up. You take my life and I'm dead, but if I'm alive, I'll come back. And I represent that freedom for my people now. I put whoever was executed, their faces in my t-shirt when I went to the ring. Woman Life Freedom t-shirt. And I want people to know that as a young generation, and these protests and everything in Iran happening by young generation, I'm one of them, and I do my part here. Maybe I'm not back home, but I do my part here, and doesn't matter what it is. Maybe that's why I'm here. How do you know? Maybe that's why I'm here, to be the voice of some innocent people, young generation, you know, to the family that they lost their kids. My family, my grandma lost her kids very young, 12 and 18. I never forget how she was. She never recovered. It was like 20 years ago. She didn't recover. Imagine like these people seeing your kid getting shot because she's not wearing proper hijab. Are you serious? It's a free world. Born free, live free, die free. You know? And these people, they call themselves morality police, and they come put people in the jail for life, or they execute them. I'm just happy that they look up to me and I can motivate them, because I get a lot of messages in my social media that they tell me, listen, we look up to you and just keep doing what you're doing because you have good impact, and that's all I want, you know. My friend told me how much good impact I had on them. Honestly, like, I feel all my hard work is paying off. I necessarily don't want to have, I mean, that's what I want, but if you think really deep down, what you want, like, listen, the day you're a world champion, tomorrow you forget about it, you know? I want to be a good man, you know? Every great man, after being great, you become a good man. You can be a great person. Who cares, bro? You know? But you got to be a good man. And I think I work so hard to call myself a good man, you know? I make them happy. I give them inspiration.
So you must have like an inspiration in either in just general life or the boxing kind of life. Who are those inspirations?
I look up to those people. I'm talking about boxing, like,
yeah,
that my age and my generation, that they already made it, that like world champion, like Shakur Stevenson. I look up to him a lot. David Haney, like, I see how they dedicated to the sport. They live boxing. You know, I want to be like them. I want my name to be recognized with them boys, you know. And I know it will happen. I just, you know, if I was here since I was a kid, I know I would be like them now. But I spent most of my life surviving. I was trying to survive till I was 19, you know. If I had the time, I would be a world champion now. But I'm not today, but I will be, like, next couple of years. But I look up to these people, like, they made it, you know, they're world champion. I want to be like them. Yes.
It's quite mad to think that you've only been boxing for like 5 years now.
Yes.
5 years, yeah.
5 years.
Because obviously you mentioned like a lot of them, you know, probably started when they were like 5 or,
yes,
you know.
Yeah.
You're doing very well.
She's not good at maths.
Yeah.
7 years. Yeah.
7 years, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy to think that, because a lot of people, you know, started when they were so young, and you're doing so well. Like,
thank you. You know, whatever you want in life, you just think about it. Like,
yeah.
if you put your energy on something, doesn't matter what you want to make money, you want to be a good dad, you want to be whatever you want to be. Honestly, like, think about it every day. You just have it. Like, all I did, rule number 1 in my life, never ask how. How, just waste your energy. It doesn't matter how you get there. Just think about you there. how is not our problem, our responsibility. You know, I believe in a bigger energy. That's that energy problem to make it happen in a way, put people, put situation in together and you there. All you need to do, never ask how, just think about what you want to be, who you want to be, where you want to be.
Yeah, for sure, man. And 2023 is an exciting year for you. What are you expecting to happen this year for you?
It's a life-changing year for me, you know. I smelt it. When it was December, I said to my boy, I said, this is the year that I personally will make it. I know I got a very long journey, but it's the start of those days, you know. I got signed last week with Boxer Promotion, and my fight will be live in the Sky Sport. It's a big platform. It just happened this year, you know. I got my first fight with the Sky. It was Wembley, couple of weeks ago, five weeks ago, and I had a lot of people there, man. Do you know, it was funny because I was meant to fight number 4. They put me down number 1, and then my cousin said to me, "Yo, Ali, you're gonna turn silence to madness, because they know whoever is there is yours." At first, when I said, "Oh, I'm number 4, I want my fan to be there. I don't want anyone to miss the fight." You know, usually when you're number 1 fight, like some people will arrive late and stuff like that. So I see how my people are loyal to me.
Yeah.
They were the number 1 there, shouted for me and screaming my name. And Ben Shalom was there, Sky Sport was there. Like, I tend to silence to madness. That's who we are, you know. I got some people that they there for me, and I appreciate them all. Without your people, without your team, you are nothing.
Yeah, it's exciting times. We're really excited for your career.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like it's nice to speak to someone that's coming from real passion. Do you know
Yes.
what I mean?
You know it yourself. You know, I believe like everyone had difficulty in their life and stuff like that. Everyone faced what I faced, you know. There is no people in this world without a problem, you know. It's about how you deal with your problem.
Yeah, of
you know.
course.
Like, it's always like this. Under pressure, you break or you grow. I had the chance to see people under pressure to break. I witnessed it, and I said, I'm not going to break, I'm going to grow. My own father was a heroin addict, and I lost my father, you know. I didn't want to go his way. I said, I'm going to be someone different. I could be like him. I love my dad. I wish he was here today to see this. But it's all I wanna represent for people is just be strong and don't let anything break you, because there is a tomorrow, you know. A better day will come, sun will shine, and things will change, you know.
And you become a champion.
Definitely. I was coming here. My boy said to me, "Oh, bro, you're looking good. Where you going?" I said, I'm coming here, and they're having me today. It's like, trust me, bro, you're gonna be champion, and you're gonna get us out of this hood in West London. I was like, trust me, bro, I'll make it. Everybody know I'll make it. I know it. I live it every day. I smell it, you know.
Yeah.
Every day I want to step closer. Every day I wake up when I'm in the gym. Before I start training, I start praying. Before I was like, God, please give me the strength to be a better man today, to train harder, to learn things that I didn't know yesterday, to improve. By end of my session, I pray again. I say, God, thank you, because you gave me the chance to be here, because I love to be here. I love to do this. And I really thank him. I thank God to give me what I really want, you know. I work hard for it to have it. I risk my life for it to have it. And I have it today, and I'm just enjoying it.
That's
Yeah.
really inspiring.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely. It's exciting times. Before we go, I want to ask you one more question. In your eyes, who's the greatest boxer of all time? In your eyes?
I personally, from my eyes, Mike Tyson. I relate with him. You know what I'm saying? I love the man. He's a bad man, but he's a big man. You know.
Yeah, he's a legend, man.
He's a legend.
Just don't be biting no one's ears.
No. Only if they make me angry, bro.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you, man.
Thank you. It's
Yeah,
pleasure.
it's been really nice speaking to you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me today. And you guys, obviously here, you have this kind of stuff going on. I'm sure because of your platform, a lot of people get inspired. And maybe I want to thank you from the others for giving people the opportunity to maybe hear people's story and feel better in their life. And thank you for your hard work, man.
No, we appreciate you coming down, and we're both going to pass through to your fight as well, man. Your next fight, we're going to pass through.
Yes, I would love to have you there. You're going to enjoy me smashing some people, bro.
Sims gets gas. She might want to start fighting herself.
Jump in the ring. Maybe throw a towel for the guy.
Yeah.
So you're getting smashed, man. Let me take you out.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I bet.
Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on my
you.
podcast.
Thank you.
you.